Hi, YouTube. This is Largo64 with another joke. I had so much fun doing the other ones. I'm here again to try yet another. It seems that there was a man who went to an audition for a play, and they were going to be doing Hamlet, and he wanted to audition for the part of Hamlet. Unfortunately, this poor fellow was terribly physically distorted, his body bent in almost a question mark shape, and he suffered a speech impediment that made it very difficult for him to be understood. Well, he arrived at the theater, goes up to the receptionist, and says,
I'm here. I'm here to audition for the part of Hamlet.
The woman looks at him in absolute horror. She says, "This creature wants to be Hamlet. This is ridiculous." She says, "Well," she says, I'm really sorry, sir, but I don't think that that's possible."
See, what do you mean it's not possible?
She says, "Well, I'm afraid that you really don't really fit the type for Hamlet. Perhaps we could find something else for you."
I want to be Hamlet. Are you going to discriminate against a person who is crippled and has a speech impediment? I think the newspapers would like to hear that.
She says, "Why, no, sir. Obviously, we don't discriminate. Excuse me just a moment." And she goes back into the back to talk to the director. She says, "Look, there's a guy out front. Um, he's um, he's terribly bent and physically, and he has a horrible speech impediment, but he claims that he wants to audition for the part of Hamlet. I'm afraid I can't get rid of him. What do you want me to do?" And he's threatening to sue if we discriminate against him. The director says, "Well, okay." He says, "Send him in. We'll listen to him, and then we can just say that he's had his chance." So the she woman goes back out to the lobby, and she tells the fellow, "Well, you can go right in now, and the director will listen to you." And he hobbles in there. I mean, he's very painful, but moving very slowly and bent over, as I say. He's all hunched over, and he goes up in front of the director, and he says,
I want to do the part of Hamlet. I'd like to recite for you Hamlet's soliloquy.
and the director says, "Okay, you go ahead." And the man takes a deep breath, and suddenly he unbends his body and stands up to his full height of over 6 feet. Now he looks just stunning, and he speaks in a loud, resounding voice. "To be or not to be? That is the question." And he goes on and delivers the most beautiful soliloquy that this director has ever heard. The director says, "Well, I'm absolutely astonished, but you have the part. You have the part." He says, "I've never heard that soliloquy done with such beauty." But he says, "Please, you have to tell me." He says, "When you came in here, I thought this was going to be impossible. Well, you were so horribly bent, and your voice was unintelligible." And the man twists back up into the original shape and says,
Well, that's what you call acting.